about getting in front of the real world journalists. We're not doing the publicity in this module for backlinks or SEO reasons. It's all about getting yourself in front of real world media journos. So if they're going to distribute your article and your press release to things like Google News, not really relevant because none of the journos really go there for story ideas. It's great for getting backlinks in SEO, but it's not going to get you the actual interview and story we're after. So if it's general news story, consider, is this press release going to be actually relevant to the populace? Because if it is, go and talk to the PR distribution companies about using their general news lists, because they'll have lists of saying we will target the national general news outlets. Going to be a lot of them, and it's going to be quite expensive, but they will get great distribution for your release. But like most of you out there, you're going to be operating in niche areas, and your topic will be very, very niche. So it's going to be cheaper for you to get more targeted, just like AdWords again. The deeper, the more niche you go, the less competition, and it's going to be much more effective because these people who are writing about sub-niche type topics are going to get less press releases, which means yours will stand out more. In the same way we target long-tail keywords for SEO and pay-per-click, it's all about going as niche as possible. So really go through these services. They offer some amazing tutorials and show you the lists and quantities of people they have in some of the most bizarre spaces. Now, the other option is to actually manually submit and send out the press release yourself. Now, basically, there's a couple of different ways you can go about doing this manual submission. The first way is to actually go and visit the media outlets that you want to get exposure in, go to their websites, check out their FAQs page and their contact pages, because quite often they have new release and news release guidelines. So they'll talk to you about how to actually get out new news releases to their journalists, to their editors. The other option is just to follow them up as well. By all means, if you're doing something manual, give them a call, have a chat to them. They are only people trying to do the job just like you and I. So if you can say, look, hey, I do this, I've got an idea for a story, can I send you something? They'll happily go, yeah, look, this is where to send it to. This is a journalist to speak to. This is the email address to send it to, whatever it might be. The other way you can do it is do some research first. Spend some time, and hopefully you're already doing this through your Google alerts and you're already reading the magazines because you're a subscriber, but find out the journos who have done similar stories to the one you're trying to pitch. Find out their contact details and email them directly again. And you can sort of say in that email, hey, I read a recent article you wrote about this, I actually found XYZ, I've got a press release that you might be interested in, it's attached to this email. Short, sharp, to the point. You can also buy lists. In the same way you can buy lists for direct mail, which we'll talk about in another module, you can actually just buy lists of journos and media outlets. Not a bad way to go, but again, you have to do the distribution yourself. One other thing is what you want to make sure of is that the list is up to date. And we'll cover this quite a bit in the direct mail component and module of this course, but you want to make sure when you're buying lists of anything, whether it's consumer lists or media lists, that it's actually up to date and relevant information for you and your business. Now, when it comes to actually doing this manual submission, this is one of those things you could easily outsource to a virtual assistant, no matter where they are. This sort of process is very straightforward and easy to do.